Oh, okay. Oh, thank goodness.
So let me redo that again because I thought I had everything right. Okay, back on me. Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? And all right, good evening. Yes, that happens. We botch that from time to time. Work with us. But you already know me, the host, Silverback Senpai, and across the table is none other than my co-host, Waluigi.
Good evening. How's it going, folks?
And our guest this evening is none other than the Mike, the Id, the Atlas, Balboa. Welcome back.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Balboa, the Atlas, the Ego, the Alpha, the Omega. Coming to you live from Flynn's Arcade.
All right. This episode of the podcast is going to be available on Spotify, SoundCloud, and all other audio hosting platforms. So just Google South Florida Gamers Podcast and you'll see us there. Other than that, now that we gotten the introductions out the way, let's go ahead and get in with our guest. Balbo, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to be here. Happy to be back in Flynn's in a little more casual of a setting. Yeah, can't complain.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, since the Smashcast
episode 2.
Yeah, that was a wild episode. Like, I want to know what now that we've gotten past that episode. Like, what were the thoughts that were going through your mind like after that podcast episode?
All right, so man, that was me, Under God, Joy-Con, Disco Dude.
And
Diavolo. Wow. Those are... And
DGK.
And Under God too. And DGK.
And Under God, too.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
We were stacked.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun time. Connor and I, Joy-Con, it's one of my closest friends. It was such a blast being here with him. DGK, I'll say it a million times if I'll say it once. He's one of my best pals. I love David. I hate DGK.
At DGK Slander Podcast. It's been a while.
No slander to be found, man. He's my dog.
Oh, I love that guy too.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Wonderful friend. I love him, miss him, Yeah, but what was going through my mind? I mean, we were hyping up Grudge games a bit. It was fun. It was exciting. Called up Geronimo. Love you, kid. It was a good time. I had a lot of fun doing it, and when you asked me to be on it this week, this week, I was excited.
Yeah, because I was like, I gotta have you on again, because it was great to have you on as a guest prior, and of course I always wanted to get you on as a solo guest.
Yeah.
And of course later on throughout our topics and discussions, I do want to touch up on your departure of leaving Smash and just your journey throughout the progress from the time that you got into the scene to the time that now it's like, okay, I think it's time for me to put the mic down, and it's like I got to set the sails and go on a new journey. So that's being said, let's go ahead and get in with our topics, and that is the same usual topics that we always do for every new guest that we have here on the podcast, and that is, what is your gaming origin story? Like, what got you into video games? So we're going to let you take away with the mic.
Wow. It's my whole backstory ain't anything crazy. I'm the youngest of 4 siblings. I got an older sister who is potentially right now watching from Korea. If she is, more than sis, I love you. And 2 older brothers who have been phenomenal role models to me, and I'm lucky to have all of my siblings. But my brothers really influenced my love of video games from a young age. We played Pokemon so much growing up. We were, pretty damn close to obsessed with it. And they were like, hey, there's a game where you could play as Pikachu and you could fight Mario. And I was like, yeah, what? Yeah, or the 2-year-old equivalent to yeah, what? And, started playing Smash Bros. Melee, and...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not in like a competitive sense. Like, I wasn't, wave dashing. I didn't even know how you unlock Luigi at that point, but... It was a blast, and it's something that kept like me and my cousins together when me and my brothers ended up moving down to Florida when we were young. It's just something I'd call my cousin Sal out in California and be like, "Hey, cuz, like you want a Pokemon battle? Like, Gen 4, when they introduced Wi-Fi battling, we would be talking about it all the time.
That was so much fun. The Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, the Diamond Pearl Platinum.
Great games.
Oh my god, so much
I just
fun.
love the mining in the game. That's the only thing I gotta respect.
No, it was a blast. So, it was a way for like me and my siblings and my cousins to really like connect and hang out, and it was always so much fun. And then my little cousins started getting older. A lot of you know them as Duval and Paisano, formerly Paisano, currently Donnie. And I taught them. There's an asterisk here, because I taught those little bastards how to play this stupid game, and now they're better than me. Jackasses.
When the student surpasses the master.
Students, both of them are
Students.
Oh snap!
Between me and my older brother Marco, we taught Duval and Paisano how to play the game, like with Melee, and then eventually they got into competitive. And Duval was like, "Hey, cuz, I could use a ride to Versus if you're down. Come hang out with us." I was like, sure, why not? And that was when Ultimate, like, their competitive scene really started out with that. So I just drove them one day and got hooked. I saw how exciting it was. I'm a theater kid, or former theater kid.
Right.
And I love the theatrics of like commentating and being there for like big events and just the energy of the crowd, all that. So that evolved into me doing commentary. And Kino, Russell, I love you, buddy. He let me do commentary. First time I ever did it was with Morpheus, and I'll always be very thankful for that opportunity. After that, I got to commentate alongside some of the coolest, most amazing individuals in the scene. Chaco, Purple Guy. Eventually, led to me and Lizard King becoming tight. And
Right.
Nice.
when Versus, God rest its soul, when it ended, Rex Baron was right there to pick it up. Flynn's was right there to pick it up, and Grant and I ended up commentating pretty much the entirety of 20 straight Rex Barons from start to finish.
20 straight Rex Barons.
Yeah.
From start
Holy
to finish.
Smokes.
And J Mafia won every single one of them.
I remember that.
I remember that name.
Yeah, and that's where the whole, I'm a big wrestling fan, along with a theater fan, along with, big fan of movies and entertainment in general. So, I started equating his quote unquote title reign to like a Brock Lesnar-esque, like
Oh yeah, definitely. You were literally like the Paul Heyman.
That's what I was
of
going
J Mafia.
for.
Yeah,
it was, and that evolved
Nice.
into the whole Mike Magician gimmick with with I guess the quote unquote Balboa character.
right.
I just started, taking that and running with it, and that's where the whole reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion J Mafia thing came from. It was just something I would yell whenever he'd win a grand finals. It was usually like over Dominator, and then Chunky started showing up, and when Chunky came out of nowhere and he beat Jay, I was blown back. I was like, this kid's raw. And then then somebody was like, yeah, he goes to Flynn's a lot. I'm like, what's a Flynn's? Then I ended up here and I started ruining both of your lives.
Me? Not that much, but I'm intrigued.
Not you as much. I'll get there.
I believe so, hopefully. It's entertaining.
But yeah, at the end of the day, the Balboa character is just that. It was a character that I pulled out of the hat because, my birth name is Rocky. I love the Rocky movies. Balboa came of that, and I just started being an asshole, but like a lovable asshole.
Like you had the charisma. Like I could see like the macho charisma. Like as if you were like coming in as a wrestler. Like all you needed was just the lights and just the stage, and then it's just like you would own it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like I
Theme
said,
entrance music, like.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I used to be a theater kid. I still got great respect for theater, and I just love being a ham. It's so fun. Just being able to pretend for like a couple hours out of my week that I'm not just like that dude Rocco who's just like, working his 9 to 5. Like being able to take a break from that and getting to be a character that I guess I quote unquote built from the ground up. I stole a lot of the inspiration for a lot of the stupid gimmicks I pulled.
You finessed it.
I finessed a lot of it, but it evolved into its own thing and snowballed into its own thing, and you guys apparently liked it enough to put it on a podcast.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yeah. I'm not complaining about it.
I still can't forget the last Smashcast. Like, we all paused just so you had an announcement. I forgot what it was about.
I called up Geronimo.
Yes,
at
you did.
Fighter Fest.
Like, you
And,
took the beanie
before-
off, the sunglasses off, and
Yeah,
it was
I
like,
actually brought the beanie today.
I'm like, shit got real. I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah. No, and Geronimo, I mean, to his credit, man, he's such a good sport. Like, if he's watching right now, if he watches the playback, like, that man, like, a couple of weeks ago, we ended up like, pre-retirement, Miami. Mm-hmm. He ended up at one of the tournaments, and it was like my last time really like competing at Flynn's.
Yeah.
I looked at him and was like, "What character you want me to use?" He was like, "Oh, use Banjo." And I forget the poor bastard I was playing against. I don't know their tag. I just don't remember it, and I apologize if you're watching. But I just remember crushing him or her or them, and just taunting so much. Oh my god, like an unforgivable amount. Oh. No, that was the Balboa character really like just coming out of me and just, oh my god, just guck, like, oh man, you were
my
done,
God.
kid. And Rob was just watching, like, oof.
Like, you ended someone's career that bad?
Oh yeah, they were pretty peeved. They got up and I think they DQ'd out of losers too. And I just stood up and I taunted IRL. I was just like taking my bows, but like, give me my roses now, Silver. Damn it, put me on stream.
I can't believe that. That's awesome.
No, I'm a troll. Like,
It's
flat out.
entertaining.
Yeah, like that's what I do it for, man. Just entertainment. Even if like 10 people were like, as long as like 10 people didn't hate it. If 10 people like really legitimately enjoyed what I was doing with whatever the hell Balboa was, like, that's all I cared about. And, Geronimo was there. He enjoyed it. Like, he was having a blast with it. So, like, if I can make somebody's day with it, if somebody's, like, even if somebody's, like, tuning into stream and they're like, oh, wow, I really like that commentary call. Like, if I got, like, 1 out of, like, 100 really good matches of commentary,
Yeah.
that was enough for me. It was I never tried to make it about that, Like, I'm the best in the world. Like, I always said it as a joke. There's so many better commentators out there and so many people, like, I'm excited to see keep going with it.
Yeah, definitely. It was always good to have you here at the arcade because it's just like you just came with the energy and it's like, all right, we're gonna have a really good time here. Balboa's here. We got some pretty familiar faces. Purple Guy's here. The usual people that would come, and you already know what, tonight's going to be a good night. You can have like a really bummy, shitty day or whatnot, but when you know that your hype men are here, you completely forget about it because it's just like, you're just in for a good time. And it's just like, man, despite win or lose, I'm around some good people. They're hyping the event up. They're shouting and screaming and whatnot. You can hear them on the commentary. You can have the headphones on. You'll still hear them screaming. But overall, it's just like you had a good time, like win or lose. And I think that's one of the things I love about like hosting the tournaments and whatnot. Because granted, there are people that do get tilted when they lose, but the people who end up having a really good time, win or lose, that to me that it matters at the end of the day, and they have a really good experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when we have like new people come in, and I want to give them that welcoming experience, and after that they can interact with people like yourself or Purple Guy or Lizard King, the good people in the community, and just overall just have a good time. They don't feel bad about losing and whatnot, and they just they just go with the flow, and they're like, well, I'll stick around. Like usually when they lose, they'll leave. Mm-hmm. But some of them, they'll end up sticking around because there's a lot of good people around.
Yeah.
Good company.
That was the goal, man, going in. Like, I never wanted to be the reason anybody's night was ruined. I always, like I said, I had 2 amazing older brothers growing up who really, as well as my dad, but 2 really amazing, like, male role models, at least near my age, that really taught me just, like, the really important things about social gatherings and just, making sure like everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to bring to the Smash scene. If I bring anything to whatever the hell we call like the FGC, Like that's all I wanted to bring. Just, good energy and just making people happy. Like, even if, just a break from everybody's shitty lives. Like,
Yeah, like,
we all go through our stuff.
yeah, like, you're here, just for about, what, 4 or 5 hours, so let's just enjoy it for the time being and, make the best memories out of it, so that way, we can keep doing it again each and every week. It just builds up onto it and whatnot, because there's lots of memories that people have, whether they're here at Flynn's, or they're at Bula, or they're at Rex Barron. Like, there's a lot of memories that you can remember by going to these venues and participating in the tournaments, whether you're a competitor or a spectator.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, so I know that when it comes to certain games, I see that you are a Monster Hunter fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Big Monster Hunter fan.
I want to know about that. Talk about that. Like, what got you into Monster Hunter?
I'm actually curious about this too.
All right, so God, I'm gonna be a broken record by the end of the night talking about my brothers, but my older brother, who has a very close friend of his, who ended up kind of becoming a family friend. And I'll shout him out by name. His name's Armando. He's one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. Really sweet, genuine guy. And, he'd crash at our place sometimes, like, when my brother was in high school and I was in high school. And he was like, hey, have you ever played Monster Hunter?
Oh,
I was like, no, what is that? He's like, oh, well, you have a Wii U and you don't have any games to play on it. Get Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. It's on sale right now. So I thought it was just like a shameless plug so we'd have somebody to play with. But
Right.
no, he genuinely thought I would enjoy the game. So I get this game, and I have no idea what the hell it is, but I'm enjoying it so much. And he would, like, come over and crash at my place, and we'd just play until, like, 4 in the morning and then walk over to McDonald's because it was, like, within walking distance, and neither of us had a car. So we just, like, would walk over to McDonald's at, like, 4 a.m., come back, and just keep playing Monster Hunter. And we did this, like, at least once a week for, oh my God, like, the entirety of my sophomore, junior year of high school. And it was awesome because it was just, like, it was something that I had that was separate from, like, my brother's interests. And it was the first game that I kind of broke into myself, other than, like, Little Big Planet and stuff like that. Like,
okay.
Monster Hunter was just that game. And so, like, with each subsequent game, like, it just, kept getting more and more into it. And, like, I'm confident in saying it's, like Pokemon, Monster Hunter, Smash Bros. For me.
Wow.
Like, on my top 3 series.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that high up there.
So, how many Monster Hunter? All right, so because I played Monster Hunter as well, but I only played, like, my very first one was the one on the PSP. I forgot the name of it. I don't know if you remember the one for the PSP. Like, I played that and I was like,
Freedom Unite.
there we go, that one. I played that one for the very first time, and I ain't gonna lie, like, I didn't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just like, the fuck is this?
Oh, okay, yeah, it's PSP.
I was like,
Oh, I was right. Damn, because I got into, like, the 3rd generation. I'm pretty sure Freedom Unite was 2nd
So
gen.
me being completely clueless, I'm like,
Yep.
I don't know this game. It seems dumb, whatever. Never played it again.
Mm-hmm.
Then PS4, Monster Hunter World comes out.
Oh no.
Let me tell you, that's when I got into the game heavy. I was just
Yep.
like, okay, this game is fucking dope. Like, and I used to play Destiny 2 heavy. Like, I was a heavy Destiny 2 player, just completely just grinding out stuff or whatnot and just trying new things. But then it got boring to me. So Monster Hunter World comes out, and I'm looking at the trailer. It looks interesting. I'm like, okay, now I can finally play a game like this on, next gen, the PS4, see what it's like and whatnot. And I kind of started off with like the bow and arrow because it was like the most comfortable thing for me to to use at the time. And then I started experimenting with other weapons. And then I started experimenting with different builds. And I was just like, I'm like 200 hours into this game, and it's like there's still more to explore in this game. And then, of course, Iceborne drops. I'm in heaven.
Yep.
I'm in heaven. I love this game. And the best thing about it, the best thing about Monster Hunter World is the fact that most of the DLC is free.
Oh yeah, it is.
There's a lot
big
of
amount of it is. Yeah.
There is a lot of end game content in Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. Like, you could be playing the game for hours, and you could try different weapons, and it'll still feel new to you. Like, I love Monster Hunter World, like, so much, and I was just like, I'm like, damn, I really should have given this game a chance back then because I had such a closed mind about it. And I was just like, I didn't give it a chance until it was like on the actual console because it was always handheld. So I'm just like, F this, whatever. So I get into Monster Hunter World. I'm in love with it. I got about 300 hours into it. And then I was like, it was a game that I had to stop myself playing.
Yeah.
It's that addicting.
It's a high that it's really tough to like stop chasing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay,
So,
that's in
like,
my notes not to play Monster Hunter.
No, if you have like even an iota of free time, like if you work remotely, man, just don't play Monster. Like don't pick it up like outside of work hours or like inside of work hours.
No,
Just
dude.
stay away from it.
How do you
like,
explain Monster Hunter to normal people? Like, if you wanted to join.
Oh, it's really easy.
That's
Like,
a real question I have.
so like, yeah, it's a game called Monster Hunter. What are you doing it? You
But-
hunt monsters.
Like,
You like I don't know how else to explain it. You just you hunt monsters. You use big anime weapons and you hunt monsters, and then you make
Okay.
more anime weapons out of the monsters.
I've been waiting because I've heard some people like, yeah, you kill monsters, get their stuff, so you can get more stuff from fighting bigger monsters.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like that's how Armando sold it to me, and ever since then I was like, well, it sounds simple, but then there's just like it's a really friendly like, and I wasn't the biggest fan of World. I know a lot of people love World, and it's because like it was either their first or their second Monster Hunter game. And
To me, I was like my official first.
yeah, or like it got them back into the series.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll always appreciate it for that, but it was, and I don't want to sound pretentious when I say this, but it was too damn easy. Like Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate had some really weird, fun mechanics that got me into the series and were really difficult and really annoying and really frustrating, but it just kept me wanting to beat them and kept me like coming back for more. So and World was just, I don't know, like I breezed through the main part of the game in one sitting. It was like a 16-hour sitting, mind you, but it was just like I beat base in 16 hours day one. And I sat there and whoever I was seeing at the time was like, did you really just beat that game in 16 hours? You just got it this morning. I was like, yeah. I got nothing to do. Weird little thing with that. I ended up breaking up with her like end of that week. That was just a coincidence. It wasn't because of Monster Hunter. She called Monster Hunter stupid, so I broke up with her. No.
Monster Hunter W.
Monster Hunter dub.
Did you play Monster Hunter Rise?
Did I play it? It's probably my favorite entry in the series.
Okay.
I was actually going to segue into that very cleanly, but
Okay.
I'm glad
Yeah,
I just kind of
it's,
just like.
yeah, thank you. Just shoved it on in there. But Christ. Oh, we're demonetized.
Not the first time. Not the first time. Don't you worry.
But no, Monster Hunter Rise is so fun, and like base Monster Hunter Rise was incredible, but once they released Sunbreak, I'm an edgy bastard, right? I love all that like dark and macabre nonsense, like deep down, but you know, on the exterior, I'm like a golden retriever. But I love all that edgy stuff, man. Just like when they released Sunbreak, and it was just all like horror monsters and like, oh, the big flagship monsters based off of a vampire, and there's a werewolf, and there's a Frankenstein. I was like, what is this? This is the sickest thing ever. That one I couldn't beat in one sitting because it was actually hard, and I was like, this is so good.
I actually might undust my Switch just to play it.
You should.
It's $40.
Oh, you totally should. Yeah, it's on sale. That and Sunbreak are on sale right now. So
I don't know.
I highly recommend it, and to anybody who's wanting to get into the series that plays Smash Bros, just get Rise. It's so fun, and the
I'll
barrier
put my
for
Switch
entry
code for the
is so
homies.
low. Yeah, barrier for entry is so low. Just get it and have fun. I could go on for hours about Monster Hunter. I'm sorry. We'd need a whole nother podcast just for me to explain how cool Monster Hunter is.
No, that's good. That's good because I enjoy Monster. Like I enjoy Monster Hunter because after World, now it's like I wonder what some of the other monsters in the previous series or whatnot were like and whatnot. And then I saw some crazy shit. Like there was one that's like a really giant, huge snake, and I'm just like,
Dalamadur.
I'm like,
The stupidest name for the coolest boss monster ever.
Dalamadur.
Dalamadur.
That sounds so depressing.
Oh, dude, it was this giant, like, when he's saying giant, he's not exaggerating. Like,
No, it was-
gigantic snake that wraps around this entire mountain. And, like, up until that point, you've never fought anything, like, on that scale in any of
Yeah.
the Monster Hunter games, really.
Yeah.
Like, Lao Shen Lung's huge, but, like, it wasn't Dalamadur. It was this giant, and it felt like such an
kidding.
epic, like, God of War-esque boss battle.
yeah.
And all you have is in comparison, the biggest weapon. Yeah, exactly. Like, the biggest weapon in comparison to that is, like, I guess the lance, right? And the lance is huge compared to your character. And to that thing, it looks like a toothpick. And you're just poking this thing until it dies.
Yeah.
But if you're a cool guy and you use greatsword like me, then,
Or a true Chad.
just real Chad. Just get greatsword, charge that thing up, bang,
Yep.
bang. But, it still was like a toothpick to that thing. It was this massive snake that you got to kill, and
I love
that's
this
like
concept art too.
yeah, and it's like the barrier from going into high rank to G rank. You have to fight that thing, and to that point in any of the Monster Hunter games, like I said, that was the biggest thing you could fight, and it was so cool.
What would you say is like the worst monster to fight in Monster Hunter of all of the series?
Plesioth. It's this stupid fish, right? It's not fish, right? It's like a stupid fish on legs.
Yeah.
And
What?
oh my god, in
Yeah.
Monster Hunter 3, they introduced underwater fights to the series and then quickly took them out. And the reason why was because Plesioth was so busted. And you could look up, like, you could just type in like Plesioth Monster Hunter,
I was looking at underwater combat.
and yeah, that's Plesioth. That stupid thing with the yeah.
What?
Oh no, that's Legiacris. I love him. He was great. That thing, that stupid green monstrosity. I must have spent on my first like solo attempt of fighting Plesioth. I must have spent 2.5 hours just running around and figuring out its attack patterns, because it had this stupid move where it would just kind of like bump into you. It was called the hip check, and the hitbox on it was so busted that it would like expand beyond it. And it could use it underwater, and you're slow as hell underwater, so you can't move. So you're just sitting there in your SOL, just getting hip checked, and then it'll shoot you with the water gun, and you're dead. Congrats.
That,
You want to try again?
underwater combat just sounds terrifying to think about.
Oh, in Monster Hunter, it's impossible. Dude, it was so hard, but so fun.
Did you have to worry about like
Breath management, yeah.
Yes. Holy shit.
If you stayed underwater too long without like getting to like an air pocket or something, your stamina would drain. And if you didn't have stamina, you couldn't dodge. And if you couldn't dodge, you were dead.
Sheesh.
Oh, and like the main boss fights in the game happen underwater. So enjoy that.
What a good day to be a non-Monster Hunter player.
Yeah. And then they took underwater fights out of the games, and Monster Hunter 4 was way, way easier, but a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So, Pokemon. I want to know your thoughts on what series that you started on. Like, what was your first Pokemon game, and how long have you been playing Pokemon? Because for me, I could say I started with Red and Blue, and I stopped at Diamond.
Okay. So
Gen 4, I stopped.
I'm gonna start this with a stupid story. It's gonna make zero sense until I finish this.
Go
but
on.
Go on.
Earlier.
My older cousin was a real dick. And he lied to my brothers about having a game called Pokemon Purple. Now keep in mind, this was like the end of the 90s. It was 2000. I was
Okay, yeah, okay.
I was 2 years old, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and you couldn't look shit up on the internet, especially my, at that point, 52-year-old father. Like he wasn't gonna look up anything on the dial-up shit. Like, no. So my brothers beg him, like, please, please, Dad, please go get us Pokemon Purple. So my mom was like, okay, like, go surprise the boys, get them the stupid Pokemon Purple. My bastard of a cousin says, oh yeah, my dad got it for me in Staten Island. At the time I was living in Manalapan, New Jersey. So it's about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive. So my dad drives to Staten Island to the stupid little Toys R Us. And the guy there's like, yeah, that's not a thing. But we have Pokemon Gold and Silver. So he ends up coming home and he gets me my first Game Boy and Pokemon Gold. So I started playing Pokemon in the year 2000 when I was a 2-year-old kid. I didn't know how to play the games. I didn't know how to spell. So I asked my mom like how to play the game pretty much. Mm-hmm. And she kind of just carried me through the game, as well as like my brothers being like, no, you have to go up there. And I had a level, oh my God, I had like a level 38 for alligator by like the 4th gym. But I was hooked. It was the coolest thing. And like it was something the big kids were playing. So I'm like, yo, I'm already ahead of the game. Let's go. So I played Pokemon from the time I was 2 till now, and I'm still playing it. And finally, after 22 fucking years, I could get Pokemon Purple. Like, holy shit, it's 4 days away.
You were fucking right.
We're finally getting it.
He's right. And yes, he's right.
Wait,
So my bastard of a cousin, no, it's Pokemon Violet, but it's close enough. Violet and Purple, same shit.
Exactly.
You're right.
So we're getting, I've been playing the games for like 22 years, and I love them, man. Like, and Nemesis always tells me I'm a shill for Pokemon. Like, I'll just like unequivocally love every Pokemon game, and if anybody says it's bad, it's because they're a hater. But no, like,
I was ready to ask you a question. Sword and Shield, how do you feel about it?
all right,
Real talk.
I got mixed opinions, right?
I do as well.
Yes. So let's look at like pre DLC. It was pretty bad. Post DLC, when I really started getting into it, it was also like the world shut down, so I had a lot more free time. So, but I'll appreciate all of the memories I made in Sword and Shield for what they were. It's been 3 years since the games came out now.
Yeah.
So I think like giving it a nice little retrospective, it was better than Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I'll say that.
Good point.
I got mixed opinions. I think some of the coolest designs we've gotten so far came out of Gen 8. Like Zacian as a legendary is a really cool Pokemon. But then you have like Eternatus, and it's like, what the hell is that? It's like one of the few Pokemon designs I like vehemently just don't
it's
get.
It's just questionable.
Yeah, it's just weird. But overall, like, I really enjoyed Gen 8. It got me into VGC, which I'd never been in before. Got me really into shiny hunting.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got like 60, 70 shinies out of it.
Oh my
remember,
God.
the world shut down.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
It happened.
Because we've seen a guy literally go through,
The whole game.
like multiple times.
Like, oh my God, there's a guy that went to get a shiny Shuckle.
Yes.
S15.
Yes, S15 costuming. Like, that man grinded
Like months, years, months just to get a shiny Shuckle and transfer it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did the same thing with Score Bunny. 3 months of my life spent just hunting a friggin' rabbit. I got it.
You didn't use a Ditto like a normal person?
Yeah, that was Masuda method and everything. That was
Oh.
Masuda method with shiny charm. I went through 16 boxes of eggs. More than that. Oh my God. It was like 20 or 24 boxes of eggs by the end of it. I finally found the stupid thing. But, I took breaks from that hunt and ended up like finding 3 more in between. But still, just on that one stupid thing where the odds are supposed to be like 1 in 1,028
Oh my God, I remember how S15...
or 1 in 512.
S15 went to get a Shuckle from Gale of Darkness just to transfer it to Pokemon Home, just so we can bring it to another game.
Yeah, because he had the game. He has the GameCube with the GameCube
The Game Boy adapter.
with the Game Boy adapter, and he was playing Pokemon Gale of Darkness, and he was going through VAT. Like, the man grinded.
I've never seen a man that dedicated.
Grinded the hell for this Pokemon, this one shiny Pokemon. Then finally he got it.
Shuckle.
He popped off so hard that he lost his voice for a complete day.
I can't forget that.
Let me spit some math for you guys real quick.
Go on.
So, the odds back in XD Gale of Darkness to finding a shiny were 1 in 8,192.
8,000.
And that's not like
192.
And that doesn't.
I'm sorry, what?
That doesn't guarantee that you'll find one in 8,192 times. That means each individual time you boot up the game, that one thing has a 1 in 8,192 chance of being shiny.
So you have
Yo,
to
is
go
that
by
D
water.
Mano in chat? Oh man. Oh man. I love that guy. That's my best friend on the planet, right
Oh,
there.
what's up, my
And
dude?
he actually pulled up. I'm very happy about that.
Man, I never knew that with Pokemon.
1 in
Like,
8,000.
the amount of grinding to get certain things in a game to the point where you have to go through older games and then transfer that to a
But he
newer
could
game.
have found another Shuckle. Like, he didn't have to go. Look, mad respect, bud. You wanted the XD Gale of Darkness Shuckle. That's great.
That man.
You could have lowered your odds to like 1 in 512. But
That doesn't help anyone.
congrats, bud. You've earned the pop off and you've earned my respect
We
in
need to
some
clip
weird way.
this later on just to mention him.
Yeah, you gotta talk shit.
No, literally, like this man. I can't forget that.
Yeah, that was a moment.
This was like earlier on our podcast,
Yeah,
God,
like 2020.
Christ.
yeah.
I've never really like dedicatedly shiny hunted in the old games. I dedicated like a day. I dedicated a single day to shiny hunting in Pokemon Emerald, and I found a shiny Lombre. And I loved that thing, man. That was my favorite Pokemon. And like, that's like the dopamine rush that you get, and I
Yeah.
get why he did it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like I don't get why he did it, but it's like D-Man was saying in
like a
chat right now.
satisfaction.
It is the truest form of satisfaction and dopamine. Like,
In Pokemon.
it's like the rush you get when like for you normies out there who for some reason are watching a video game podcast, for you normies, it's like the rush you get when like the girl texts you back. Like, you put in the work, you learned everything there is to know about her. Like you're really connecting on like a deep level, and you're like, hey, we should get dinner sometime. And she says yes. And you see like if you're a real guy, you're an iPhone user like me. You know, like you see like the dots show up, like she's typing, like your heart's palpitating,
You're right.
sweating, and she
he's
finally
actually
says,
right.
sure. That's like, bro, the jackpot. And I get that when I get like different colored pixels in my stupid children's game. Like,
He's spitting facts right now.
22 years, man.
You can maybe look at my Pokemon and see if I got any shinies.
Oh man.
Yeah, there you go.
I gotta undust the Switch.
Just get the cartridge.
I saw my N64.
All right, with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet dropping, I don't know if it's out now or
4 days.
4 days. Okay.
Friday.
Is it worth getting?
Spoiler free?
Spoiler free. Yes.
Spoiler free.
Yes. Get the games.
Is a pre-order worth it?
The pre-order. I used to work at GameStop. I got buddies that work at GameStop. Just pre-order the game. Just pre-order it. Make sure you have it. It's they're look. I'm gonna shoot my shot here.
Okay.
They are shaping up to be the best main series Pokemon games of all time.
It looks great.
They are shaping up to be the sickest thing I've ever played. I'm so excited. Like I've told all my friends. I've told I've canceled dates, bro. Like, I got some of my best friends in the world. If they happen to be in chat, cool. I don't think they are, but they're coming into town on a Friday. I was like, guys, I love you to death. I ain't doing shit Friday. Pokemon comes out.
Is it true that it's going to be like a mass multiplayer experience?
For the most part, yeah. From what I've seen, yes.
Oh my god, I'm down to join. I'm all
Quote unquote, yes. It's like 4-player lobbies, but I guess quote unquote lobbies, like 4-player worlds. So you and like 3 other people could like play on the same map and interact with each other and stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
really
God.
sick. For a
You know
Pokemon
what?
game,
Yeah.
it's such a step in the right direction.
I think I pre-ordered Violet.
Yeah, because you're a real guy.
Yes.
You get it. Yeah. Violet's the best one.
Yeah, Professor Futura, I think his name is Futura.
Yeah, the Giga Chad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, I should cosplay him.
But yeah, I remember when Dally was shiny hunting that Ho-Oh. He told me about it. It's so cool. Getting back to shiny hunting, I'll say they gave a lot better like quality of life changes for people that like to shiny hunt in the new games. But I'm just speaking purely off of leaks. I haven't played the games. Don't come at me.
Yeah, I've
asking,
seen
like-
some
Yeah.
leaks and some evolutions, which are very unique, actually.
I'm so pumped.
I haven't seen anything of
Like-
Pokemon, but just seeing people on Twitter talking about it is like, okay, I may be interested in this. Maybe I may jump back into the Pokemon game because it's been years, like decades, since I've played a Pokemon game. Because the last one was Diamond, and I just stopped from there.
Yeah, it's probably been like a decade for you then.
Yeah,
Decade. Oh, Diamond and Pearl came out in 08.
I played.
And I remember that because the Giants won the Super Bowl in 08. How's it going, Coda?
You're right. You're right.
He's an Eagles fan. I had to roast the shit out
We're
of
New
him.
Yorkers. We got to respect it.
Exactly.
This is why I mess with you.
There you go. There you go.
But real
How's it going,
quick,
Dally?
who is going to be your starter?
Oh, Foy Coco.
Goddamn right.
Foy Coco faction, bro. It's the
Coco
coolest starter I've ever seen. I love the stupid little crocodile. It's adorable.
Exactly. And people are like, go Quaxley because of the JoJo hat. Fuck that.
Now, hold on.
It's drippy. Don't get me wrong.
I'm a shill. I really like all three of the starters as their first forms.
I do too.
Without going into spoilers, the last forms as still images were meh. As still images from what I saw were meh.
Oh my god, I saw the evolution of one of them already.
But like in motion and like from little clips I've seen of them like doing their attacks and stuff, they look damn good.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, like why am I judging so early? And I told a bunch of my friends that were like, yo, this is gonna be stupid, like this is gonna suck. Like, no, just give it some damn time. Yeah, like we all said the same thing about Incineroar, then he got into Smash.
yeah.
And I fucking love Incineroar. That's my dog. That's one of my favorite
The
Pokemon.
clips that people do are the best things I've ever seen on
Yeah, he's cool.
TikTok.
Like he's so
especially
fun.
that ring slam.
Just bam, the Alolan Whip. It's so sick. Like it has no right being that cool, but it works. Like just seeing Pokemon in motion, like getting to really let them shine and show off their personalities. Like
Yeah.
that's why like leaks are a blessing and a curse. Like they let you know like which version exclusives are going to be great. They let you know what characters are going to be in Smash or Tekken or Guilty Gear. Like they let you know things that are
Yeah.
important, especially when you want to get into more detail and get into competitive stuff. But they're a curse because then you get all these preconceived notions out of them.
Oh yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
Like, and it happens in Smash Bros. Too. Like
Yep.
when people saw Byleth leaked, or not leaked, but like the Byleth trailer. And
Oh
people were
my
like,
God.
Oh, yeah, or
Yeah, people were mauling
Yeah,
online. Like,
Yep.
the salt was heavy, and it's like, I don't blame y'all.
just like videos on YouTube.
People, I remember that reveal. Like, yo, people were pissed. Like, yo, what the fuck is this?
And then
I
when
wasn't.
Minecraft Steve was introduced, it's a whole different category.
Okay, yeah, because people were actually happy that Steve was in the game.
Yeah.
Now they're
And
not.
now there's no winning.
No, everybody's miserable. I know D-Mano loves Steve, so I'm not going to talk bad about Steve because that's my that's my dog. But yeah, like Pokemon. Long story short, with Scarlet and Violet, get the games. They're going to be really damn good.
All right.
You're going to want to hop on this bandwagon, and Balboa's been a trendsetter since day one. So
I actually pre-ordered it months ago, and I put like a $15 deposit.
There
I
you go.
completely forgot about it until now.
I might as well cop it. Just go ahead and put my.
You getting Scarlet or Violet?
I'm gonna just get what the people want me to tells me to get.
you should get Scarlet and you should get Violet. That way you both get the version exclusives. You can just trade them.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'll do
go.
that.
Bro,
That's what me and my brother are doing.
we're gonna be shiny hunting.
Gonna be shiny. I think find one in like 15 encounters, and your buddy's gonna be like, I traded a shuckle for nothing. Days of my life wasted.
You know what they say? You can't fuckle with the shuckle.
Fuck.
Yeah, you don't fuckle with shuckle.
You don't know about that?
No.
I gotta show you that video later.
Oh, that was terrible.
Stick to Smash.
I was at least 6 feet off. But in my defense, I am recovering from a wrist injury. I tried being an athlete for like 2 seconds.
What the hell did you do?
Fucking D-Mano takes me out to play basketball. And I go up for a rebound. We won. We were
Okay,
undefeated the whole night.
Oh, thank God.
But I fall backwards going up. Like, I go up for a rebound. I get bumped. I'm falling backwards.
Oh,
and, like, I try catching myself.
And you
My
sprained your
dumb
wrist
ass
again.
sprains my wrist.
Mm.
So it's like the first day I have it, like, unwrapped. And it's still, like, it's fine. Luckily, I was on pain meds for, like, a car crash, which is totally unrelated.
Judas.
Dude, it's been a friggin' month.
Oh, okay.
And
Never
it's
mind. Okay.
It's like the 11th or 14th. Fuck. 14th.
Yes, it is.
Dude, we're like halfway through this month, and it has already been a heavy month for Balboa.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
My goodness.
You know what's gonna help you? Pokemon.
Exactly. Pokemon will make everything better. But yo, if I may, shout out to my boys. They've been very helpful through this very emotionally heavy time in my life. So I thank you all for that.
Well said.
His COVID name is Quackley Siegfried. Is there a reference to
Siegfried. I don't know. It's cool. I like the name.
this? I'm thinking Siegfried from Soul Calibur, but I might
Hey,
be off.
Coven's my dog. Coven gets it.
I find it amazing and intriguing that throughout the years of Pokemon, like the game has like evolved from what it was in Blue and Red to now up to Scarlet and Violet. Like so many changes, so many new things have happened. And do people still complain about not having a master Pokedex of like all of the Pokemon and all of the
a lot of work.
yeah
Holy
games?
We had one in Sun and Moon. I mean, that had every Pokemon. Gen 8 was just a different breed. I mean, Gen 9, we're not even going to get the full Pokedex yet. Like, you just got to give these things time, man, because like
Because every region is so different.
yeah, and not everybody's gonna even use a Maractus. Like, come on.
No.
Not everybody's gonna be a Dunsparce fan. Not everybody's gonna be a fan of friggin'. Not everybody's gonna like Chikorita, which is stupid, by the way. I love Chikorita.
Same.
But straight up, like, people aren't gonna like every Pokemon, and there's a few, very, very few people out there who are complete nut jobs for the game, and I mean that with the most respect in the world, that will actually sit down and complete a living Pokedex, which is getting every single Pokemon in existence in one save file. And I only know a couple people who have done it, or people who are currently attempting it.
What?
And as somebody who has used, and I pride myself on this, as somebody who has used every single Pokemon, either competitively or an in-game team, there's like 15 from an old generation that I would want in Gen 9.
Yeah.
And it's like the obvious ones that are my favorites, like Charizard. Yes, I'm a shill for Charizard. Shoot me. He's going to end up on my arm, okay? Like, get over it. I love Charizard. I love
We're
Charizard.
not judging, don't you worry.
Don't judge me. I love Charizard.
Charizard's the goat.
So, yeah, like Charizard. I don't mind he's in every generation. He's a sick Pokemon.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's so friggin' cool.
Yeah, as a fan-
Pikachu, obviously.
Yeah.
Hold on.
'cause
Speaking
fa-
of which, how'd you feel about the last Pokemon? Like the
Oh my
anime?
god. Oh my
Speaking
god.
of Leon.
I cried so much.
I
But
need to watch it before I actually like.
yeah, we're not gonna get into spoiler territory with it because I know a lot of people
Good point.
are gonna want to be
If you just
surprised
say
by
1
it.
out of 10.
90. Like,
Okay.
it's perfect. It's a top 5 anime arc of all time. Like, we're really gonna break it down into anime stuff. We're really gonna bust out like the weeaboo nonsense. Like, I'll bust it out. It's a top 5 tournament arc of all time, probably a top 10 anime arc of all time.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
Y'all
Very
talking about the Pokemon episode that was like trending all over?
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Ah,
Ash is
yeah.
a world champion, which has made national news.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, like it was crazy.
You
Like
know it's serious.
I was, yeah, like seeing everyone's reactions of it, and then of course I'm watching clips of it, and I'm like, damn,
Like-
I'm feeling emotional about it.
Like, let's put it into perspective, though. We know how popular of a series Dragon Ball is, right?
yes.
Yes.
There are like 3 fictional characters that I could think of in the past like 50 years that have made international news coverage like actually give a shit. Mm-hmm. It was the death of Superman,
Yes.
Yes.
the death of Godzilla, and Ash becoming a world fucking champion.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 instances I could think of, like watching CNN or whatever news outlet old people watch, and like they would be like, and Ash Ketchum is a world champion, and my dad's like, oh, isn't that the game that I went to Staten Island to get for you?
He brought that back.
My dad's scarred for life with that shit.
I don't blame him.
I feel like he just roast your cousin at this point.
Oh no, it's deep seated hatred at this point for that drive in particular.
Yeah, New York drives are unpleasant no matter
man.
where you go.
Either way, I'm excited for Pokemon. Just hearing you talking about it,
I
get
and
pumped.
seeing everyone hyped about the next Pokemon iteration is just like, all right, I think I'm gonna get on this bandwagon too. Granted, I don't have a lot of time in my day to play games,
Just
but
stream it, man.
there you go.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god, we could stream together.
Make it work.
That is true.
Bro, we can kick other Pokemon's ass together.
There you go.
I'll be running fades.
Throw hands. It's beautiful.
I gotta pull my Switch from Flynn's then.
I gotta undust it and charge it. Because I remember that last little Grudge Games attempt. I'm like, the first thing I did, charge my Switch progress. I forgot to charge it. It's been like a year.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oof.
Pain.
So since we've been on this subject for a while, let's segue to our next one. Is what are your thoughts on the current generation of Smash?
All right. So if we're talking current generation, and when I saw the topic come up, I had a lot of thoughts come to mind. If we're talking currently, like the current state of Smash Bros. As a whole,
Yes.
dude, it's so fun. It is ridiculously fun. Because any time in any medium, you have something so dominant that it absorbs nearly the entire game. It's so fun. Let me put it into like sports terms. We're like 3 years ago. We were in a time where you had Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, like the rise of Josh Allen, and like the fall of the Patriots dynasty. Like 4 massively historic events in the 100 years history of football that I'm living through. I get to see the greatest of all time go up against the next up-and-coming god of the game in the friggin' Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, that was insane. And that's where Smash is at right now. You have these insanely good top players. And there's such a bar that where, like, you'll have, like, a local god. And I'm not throwing Chunky Kong and J Mafia. Like, I'm not throwing, like, our top 1, 2, 3, like, Anathema, obviously, in this category. But, like, there are some guys who are, like, just barely under that, where they're, like, local, very, very good. Regional, very, very good. They haven't broken that glass ceiling into world breakers yet.
Right.
Those are, like, your Tweaks, your MKs, your real PGR players. Anathema.
Yeah.
Shout-outs to Steven. I love you. Like, those guys, like, they understand the game at a fundamentally different level.
Yeah.
So when people complain about Steve and like, oh, Steve is just such a brain dead character, Steve is just click to win or pay to win, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. Like, when people complain about that nonsense, that's what's exciting about the game.
Yeah.
Like, how do you stop Steve is just how do you stop Mahomes? Like, what do you do about this matchup is how do you think the Buccaneers are going to rebound from their shit start this season?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just so exciting to see that. And when anything can bring discussion and, like, hype to what you enjoy, like, that should be the most exciting thing for you because it gives you something to talk about.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
breaks up the mundanity of what the game is. So the current generation of Smash is incredible because you have people who can complain about something, who can make fucking podcasts and talk about
Yeah.
something. Like, we're in a time in human history where content creation is just at a point where you can make a discussion about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're given a free green light to talk shit about Minecraft Steve, you fucking take it, dog. Like,
Oh yeah.
I thank God every day for the fact that I get to watch Riku play. The fact that I get to watch Akola play. And they understand Steve at a crazy level. Like, it's so fun to watch what they can do with that stupid block character. And it works. It gives you and your buddies something to talk about.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can go to a bar and talk about football. You can go to Flynn's Arcade and grab a drink and, like, talk with your friends about how much you hate Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or how much you love Steve. Like, there's so getting away from Steve, if we were to completely discount that from the equation, purely talk about, like, where the community is at, I think there's always stuff to improve.
Right.
There's always things that people are gonna complain about.
Yeah.
There's always things that people are gonna love, things that people are gonna hate.
Yeah.
But the fact that we've got a community of people who are ready and willing enough to be and care enough to complain about it and care enough to want to see shit improve, it shows me that the community is in a great place.
Yeah.
And if the
sad.
conversation stays open, like, it's only going up. It's only going up. Like, I'm taking a step away because a lot of shit in my life is moving around.
Right.
I'm taking a step back because I don't find, like, the pure enjoyment in competition. I don't find the enjoyment in commentary anymore. And that's just my own personal thing that I gotta, will I come back to it one day? Maybe. Who fucking knows? And, you get me drunk enough and you get a mic in front of me, who knows? Like, I might. I might. But it'll be a while before I step back in for a tournament or even show up to a tournament. I'll support the community from afar. I'll do everything I can to watch it grow and help it grow, but it's in a great place. And if I didn't think that it was in a place where I could see a ton of growth and a ton of new stuff coming into it, I'd probably be a lot more bummed out about leaving. But it's because I'm so confident that you guys in the community are going to make this into whatever amazing, beautiful mess that it's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it, man. Like, I'll keep in touch with people, but, like, it's in a good damn place, and it'll just keep getting better. Just as long as people are still complaining, that shows me that it's in a good place because you care enough to complain.
You
So
love
keep
it.
talking your shit. Keep yelling at this motherfucker. Make it happen.
Well said. I'm here just to watch.
I respect that. I fucking respect that.
Oh my gosh, that was funny.
Yeah,
but,
I'm a riot.
but you have a good point though, because it's like if people are still talking about the game, they're still complaining about certain things. Like, for instance, Waluigi, Herb's always complaining about Jacko being not top tier.
Bottom 5.
Yeah.
You know how many
Jocko's
times
top 1. Okay, Herbs, stop complaining. Jocko top 1.
you know about the goddamn
Jocko
lie.
top 1. 1.
Please clip that for later, because
Yes.
I don't know shit about Guilty Gear.
But it's like, if people are talking about like characters or talking about matchups and whatnot, then it's like the game is still good.
Yeah.
You're still interested in the game because it's just like, man, I can't. You're still trying to overcome that hurdle of this character that you're playing as, and then of course learning the matchups, and then of course complaining about some of the bullshit that this other character is doing. So it's just like, I agree. Yeah, it makes it interesting.
1000%.
It's in a good place because people are talking, people are conversating, we're having open discussions about it, and we're still complaining about certain things that we find bullshit in the game. But guess what? We're still going to come out every week and play the game.
Yeah, it's one of the many reasons that I appreciate and love Choco Taco, because he's willing to see shit how it is and comment on it. He's willing to bring attention to things that people need to be made privy of if the community is going to succeed. And I'm not saying like bow down to Choco. I mean, I am. He's a wonderful person, but like the Chaco angle is such an awesome thing because it lets him speak his mind.
Yeah.
It lets him talk his shit and get it out there and get these important things that could be better out there. He's been around a while. Like, people, you know, should really pay attention to him because he's a very good person, and two, he's a good competitor.
The last episode we have with him was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the stories.
Yeah, he's
And
awesome.
and I know some people in the community have told him like Chaco should start a podcast. Like, you should, Chaco.
Yes.
You should, Chaco. I don't know if you're watching this or if you'll get this, but someone clip this.
Please do.
Chaco. You have the talent and the ability to do a podcast because of the takes and angles that you do make and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure people will sit and listen to you for an hour or 2 hours, or whether they're going to work or they're commuting or whatnot. They'll listen to you and listen to your point of takes because you break it down so well and you have a voice that people will actually sit and listen to.
His Twitch streams are incredible too, by the way.
Yeah,
Follow my boy Chaco on Twitch.
Now, are there times where, you know, for me, will I disagree on some of his points? Yeah. And I'll even let him know about that. But it's like, I don't hate the dude. I fully respect him.
Yeah, it's human just to have these open agreements and disagreements.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, Chaco, start a podcast.
Call it
like
the Taco Chaco Cast.
Like,
No,
you
Chaco
will
thing.
you will make bank on that.
Oh yeah, the viewers will be coming in.
I'd be there every damn week.
Just tag us to come. I got you, homie.
Like, you like, you don't need like a setup like this. Like, you could just do it from from home. Yeah.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just take the audio and just throw it up on a audio hosting platform, and boom, done.
Wow.
Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever.
No, I love loving on the homies, man. He's
Yeah.
such a good dude. Like, Chaco deserves all the good that could come to him, man. He's awesome.
He's like the sage of the community, like the old sage. You know how like in certain animes you have like that
really
old
wise
wise sage, like they've been around, they have a lot of wisdom or whatnot.
But I mean, my man still has fight left. Like, we're acting like Chaco's a former competitor. Nah, bro,
That man's still competing.
no, that man's scrappy as all hell, and he's damn good at the game. Like,
Yes.
bro, I bought him food once, and he taught me like a ton about how to like just play neutral in Smash
Jesus.
Bros. Like, the dude is, and that's another thing, man. He's another reason why I'm confident in saying the community is in a good place because people are, you know, speaking their mind. Like, you got guys like Chaco that want to see, like, and this obviously isn't exclusive to Chaco. There's so many guys in the community that like host fests and bring people like out to tournaments and play friendlies, stuff like that just want to see the community grow and like are so adamant and not letting it die and like fizzle out. Like, we lost Versus. It sucked. Anybody who says that Smash died when Versus died, you're shot, you're done, you're just stupid. Because there was Rex,
Well
there's
said.
Flynn's, there's Holodeck, there was
Not
Bula.
enough
Like,
research
there's-
that people can do. There's a lot of research.
There's the fucking
The
20 straight weeks of it at Rex Barrett.
And we're in like the 21st century.
Yeah, like, straight up. If you wanted to tell me that Smash died when Versus died,
That is a lie.
Watch the 7 hours of commentary Lizard King and I put in every goddamn Rex Baron for 20 straight weeks. The 7 straight hours that we were in that tiny ass booth with, like, you know, just drinking beer and commentating over Smash Bros. The 20 weeks that J Mafia, Dominator, Flash Blaziken, a bunch of other players came out every single week to Rex Baron in the Town Center Mall in the fucking Boca Raton, Florida, that came out and played every single week for 20 straight weeks safely in the middle of a pandemic. Safely. We didn't have any confirmed cases as far as I knew.
You know, I forgot.
Back then, everybody wore a damn mask. Like, we made it happen. We made it work. And I will always appreciate Versus. I consider it my home. I consider it like the first break I got, like, in commentary. I consider it like the place where I met some of my best friends. Like, I'll always appreciate it. But to say that the community died when Versus died is just a fallacy.
Yeah.
It's in a good place, and it could be in a great place if we just keep talking. We keep the conversation going. We make sure that everybody's on their shit. We make sure that everybody is holding themselves accountable. for their shit and making things better, because things need to get better and things can get better if we're all willing to just sit back, listen, and make this shit happen. The community is quite literally in everybody in its hands.
Yeah.
So just make it what you want to make it. If you want it to be shit, it'll be shit.
Yeah.
If you want to make it great, you can. You have all the power in the world to make it great.
Absolutely.
And that's that on that.
Good stuff.
Oh man, I should have just programmed the soundboard to give him the applause. But
Yes.
it's on the other stream deck.
Look, I'm a ham. I want the applause. Clap it up. Yes! Feed my ego.
All right, so with that being said, I mean, love your point of view on, your thoughts on the current generation of Smash.
overwhelming.
Yeah, and I agree, and I see it. Granted, you are going to have your little hiccups here and there, whatnot, but it's just like there's so much good to the point where it's just like it overshadows the negativity.
Some
And
pessimism and
There's a lot of loud pessimism. I will say.
Yes.
There's a lot of loud pessimism, a lot of loud, I don't know if you want to call it trolling. There's a lot of loud bullshit. I'll say that. There's a lot of loud bullshit. And, like, y'all know who you are. And, like, if you're going to be like that, and if you're going to be just shitty towards other people, just, like, man, make it happen. Like, make it happen on your own time, bro. Don't bring it to me. Don't bring it around my people. Like,
right.
nah, man. People are too bold for their own good sometimes. And, like, I genuinely think that most people that'll, like, start that shit don't mean 90% of what they say with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, just keep it out of the community, man. If that's your, like, bridge to the outside world, like, that's one thing. But, like, just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Staying in thy lane.
It's fine. Yes, stay on your island.
Now, before we move on to our other topic, I do want to get your thoughts on Let's Make Moves Miami.
Oh, my God.
Which was the first Smash major that happened in South Florida.
Super major.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts on that?
All right, what were my thoughts on Let's Make Moves Miami? It was my final tournament. It'll always hold a special place in my heart. It was in the heart of South Florida, being Miami. It was the first Miami tournament I've ever competed in.
Oh wow.
I looked damn good doing it. Lizard King and I got third in the costume contest. That was hype.
Nice.
What'd you guys dress as?
To Team Skull. We look damn good, I will say. Fucking pink spray paint in my hair. But overall, as an event, like, shout out to all of the guys and girls who put that shit together. It was beautiful. So much fun. Like, me and Paisano ended up having a room, like, on the third floor. So we were able to just kind of, like, walk to and from our room into the venue, like, really quickly and really easily. So we really lucked out with that. Had the coolest Uber driver ever on the way up. Oh my God, or the way down, pardon. It was so cool. Like, just having that dude just get us hyped up for the weekend.
That's good to hear.
Like, overall, man, it was just so much fun. And hanging out with the guys in the community, like, hanging out with my friends, being able to just be part of it for, like, and be, like, a competitor for one last time and making it happen like that, and then seeing SFL kick some serious ass there, that felt good, man. Like, seeing Chunky Kong break Koda's spirit, that was sick.
Holy schmucks.
Oh my God, he beat Koda, and then he beat oh my God, that Diddy player, I don't even know his name. I'm that out of it. But just watching those back-to-back Chunky Kong sets, which could have been grand finals levels of hype on stream, like, that was sick.
Wow.
Like, that was so cool. And seeing, like, all of SFL show up, man. If it was, like, squad strikes or the crew battle, like, just seeing our guys, like, just pull up and, like, defend the home turf, that was awesome. That was so cool.
Yeah, it's always great when you can support your own region.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that goes for all games.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it goes for everything. Guilty Gear, Melee, fucking Tekken. Shout outs to my boy Maffey, the only Yoshimitsu player. Like, no, it goes for everything, man. Like, it goes back to my love for sports too. Like, everybody's gonna want to support their team.
Yeah.
SFL's my team. Like, fuck the Dolphins, but SFL's my team. You know, if I could root for, anybody from Chunky to fucking Poopy Butt, I'll root for them. But like, Let's Make Moves Miami was a near perfect experience for me. I had a lot of fun, and just, I was able to do it with my best friends, and that was awesome. And, opened my eyes to a lot of shit that I've been neglecting with my own mental health. So,
Good.
Gotcha.
yeah. But I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
No worries.
Will you attend another one if they have it again next year?
Hell yeah. Unequivocally.
Wow, that was fast.
I would, if they announced it tomorrow, I would book my hotel today.
Damn.
It must have been
You heard it here first, people. What's up?
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah.
Most people hesitate.
Oh, no. I'd be there in a second. I don't even care if I'm living out in LA, Jersey, New York, wherever I'm at. I'd come back down for it.
Is that worth it?
Noted.
It's that worth it.
Noted. All right, what's our next topic, Waluigi?
You had to be there. Just any gaming moment that's impacted you. It could be competitive, non-competitive. Something that's like...
Like, you had to be there. Like,
Should I be worried with that look?
Like,
All right.
Did you teabag somebody?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Rex Barron.
Oh, dear.
oh boy.
I'm all ears for this one.
So, you guys hear whenever Maffey's on stream, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Whenever you, in your infinite wisdom, decide to put that Mama Luke on stream. Chunky Kong somewhere is yelling, "Do it for the Maffey burger."
What? What does that mean?
So Rex Barron had some damn good food.
Yes.
Damn good food. And Maffey loved the food there, man. To the point where he was late to a set because he was eating a burger. So when Jeff Aerodusk said, "Maffey, you have 5 seconds to get to your set or you're DQ'd," that boy scarfed down a burger so goddamn quick. And the Rex Barron, you saw the Rex Barron burgers, bro. They were
Yeah, they were big.
They weren't like it wasn't a McDouble, all right?
No.
Like, it was a big ass burger.
Yeah.
Oh, my
That
God.
boy ate that shit so quick and went on to play. And Chunky witnessed all of it.
That boy witnessed it?
So, oh my God, Maffey was like, there was a dichotomy, man, with Maffey at Rex Barron. You either love to watch him play, like post Kazuya coming out, like you either love to watch him play or you hated to watch him play.
Yeah.
Because he just pulls out the most bullshit, like, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing options. It's
Right.
very Balboa-esque, honestly. So he'd be on stream like playing Kazuya, and me and Ed, Ed's a big wrestling fan.
Oh, yeah.
Guy, like he's big wrestling fan. He would just start doing like what Stone Cold Steve Austin used to do. For all of you non-initiated, he would say something like he would be like, "I'm gonna have myself a beer." What? And then the crowd really got into it, and he'd be like, "I'm gonna grab a beer." Crowd would go, "What?" He'd be like, 2 beers. What? 3 beers. What? 4 beers. What? And it would just go on and on like that.
Oh, my God.
So Ed decides one day to just do, and we were in the crowd. We weren't in commentary or anything. Other people are playing around us. We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure S Phantom wanted to punch us all in the throat that day. Because we probably were yelling right in front of him while he was just trying to get in the zone for a set.
Oh, my God.
But Ed was just like, "Maffey's got him at the edge. What?" And we went on with that for the entire match, and Maffey ended up winning, and we were, oh my God. I forget the poor bastard he was playing, but wow, you really had to be there to fully appreciate the moment, because it was just, like, oh my God, we were just unhinged. It was a beautiful moment, and like stuff that you just wanted to see, like out of what Rex was. Like, if there was a moment that really exemplified what Rex Barron was,
Yeah.
it's that, and some of us South Florida Smash players have a fantasy football league, and in order to decide our draft order.
I heard about this from Joy-Con. Like, yeah, I have like this secret group of some of you guys that are football fans, y'all do y'all bettings and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
and y'all talk a lot of shit about each other's teams.
Oh yeah, all the time, all
That's
the time.
so nerdy. I love
You
it.
know what's shitty? Fucking DGK is in first place.
And he's not even in South Florida anymore.
No, he's not even South Florida. We're kicking him out next year. He doesn't know it yet. Oh shit! Sorry, David. Sorry you have to find out this way, buddy. No, we're keeping David in. But no, so we decide our draft order by doing a CPU tournament, level 9 CPUs, completely random. It's not like we pick our mains, because then Matthew would win. He has Kazuya. But we just completely randomize it and just watch them fight. And I don't want to compare it to like animal fighting,
Right.
because that's just dark and terrible. But it's like watching a sporting event and your buddy is rooting for the opposite team as you. So it's just yelling and being stupid. Like the first year we did it was at Rex Barron in like the corner booth, so we wouldn't get in anybody's way. We're just watching these computers play each other, but DGK was supposed to be in last year and he wasn't because he had issues with it or some stupid shit. So Miles was there, and he's like, I have no idea what the fuck this is, but I love it.
Wait, ECG Miles?
Yeah.
My dog.
So he's just watching this, and he ends up taking David's spot last year. He had no idea what the hell he was doing in fantasy football, and the jackass wins the whole league.
I wanted to DM Miles, see if he knows who you're talking about.
Nah, he does, man.
I met him this year for CEO. I love that man.
All the Miami boys, they're so cool.
Yeah, there's
like-
him and Sinbad.
Him, Sinbad, DJ Pac-Man.
Oh, I forgot about Pac-Man too.
Yeah, DJ Pac-Man, Nerdy Gamer. I don't know if he's Miami, but he's a goon, bro. I love him. That's another you have to be there moment from Versus. I'll throw it a little back.
Why not?
We're moving backward right now. Versus. Nerdy was playing Mute Ace on stream. Each Little Mac. What the fuck? And Nerdy won. Nerdy has a Mute Ace win on stream. And that crowd was electric. That was the wildest shit I've ever seen.
What?
He won, and it was crazy. Like nobody expected him to win. I don't know what was happening, and I love Mute Ace, but holy shit, Nerdy became my favorite player. Like after that, I'm like, this man's got like a -2, -1.5 matchup here. No shot in hell. It's one of the best in the world. Like he's not winning.
Oh my god.
Mollywopped. It was crazy.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess just the only other you had to be there moment that I could think of, at least from what I've seen, was
I've always wanted to know the whole Matthew Burger situation. I'm glad I'm glad that I finally heard it.
Happy Burger. That's funny as hell.
one of my, I guess like kind of how I got into the scenes, of kind of you had to be there moment. And this is like the last one I'll say, but I was playing Aerodusk back when he competed. This was at Versus. And my partner at the time was with me. It was her first time going to a Smash Bros. Event.
Yeah.
This jackass double three stocks me.
I remember this story.
Aerodusk
I forgot who said this.
double three stocks
There were
me
like 3 people who said this.
in front of my partner. And I was just like so embarrassed. Like, I took it, I take it like a gentleman. I don't give a shit. But I was talking that good shit. I was like, baby, you don't know. Like, I'm good at Smash Bros. Like, I'm really good at Smash. I like embarrassed all of her friends. Like when we'd play, I crushed them all. Like, wasn't even close to the point where like she was like, "Wow, you're really good at this game."
But Aerodusk just came.
Aerodusk came in, double three stocked me. I was like, what the fuck? He's using Bowser. What the fuck?
And then later on, you tell.
So the next week, I go back, not with my partner this time. I walk up to Aerodusk. He's just hanging out with Lizard King and Vegetin and a couple of his other friends. I'm like, dude, what the fuck was that? Like putting on like the fake tough guy shit. I'm like, bro, what? You think you're cool because you beat me in front of my girlfriend? You fuck. And Jeb thought I was like genuinely serious. He was like, I was like, nah, I'm fucking with you, bro.
Okay, I'm glad we finally got to hear the story.
Yeah, man. And no, since then, Jeff's been a really good friend. Liz
Oh,
King
he's
and I
awesome.
became very close. We're really good friends as well. And, that was like, that was a little over 3 years ago now.
Yeah, I remember hearing the story, and I forgot who was like the person. They finally say that you're the person.
I was the person.
I'm so sorry, Doug.
Dude, double three stocked in front of my partner, bro. That shit hurted.
Damn, Arrow, you a scumbag like that? Why you gotta do the man like that for?
Just saying, bro. I never beat you in front of your girlfriend. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Gamers Haven, more like Gamers Hell. Love you, Aerotos.
Fuck you, Jeff.
That's the Gamers Hell right there.
Oh
Someone please clip this.
Oh man.
Love you, Balboa.
Fucking hate it here.
I'm
home.
I'm the dude with dad jokes. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
All right, our next topic. Your gaming pet peeves.
Something that you hate.
Something. Yeah.
All right. So I kind of touched on a lot of this stuff earlier. I'll start with just like pure gaming shit and then
Yeah.
go into like community-based shit, I guess.
Okay.
So, like in a video game, like there's obviously going to be bullshit mechanics, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess with competitive gaming, it's when people when people find the lamest way possible to play a game.
Oh.
So like I would rather watch two Donkey Kongs playing each other in like a slobber knocker. It would make it really cool. Like Skull versus Chunky Kong, are you shitting me? I'm edge of my seat, just holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, that's me watching a Chunky Kong set. But like if I'm watching people play lame, like camping, shout out to Ology. When I'm watching camping shit, bro, like I get so turned off from competing. Like make it fun for me.
Yeah.
And the guys who are really good at making it fun, like Hippie Jump, bro, he's so much fun to play. Schlub's awesome to play. Like, those guys get me. They get the kind of, like, goon I am, bro. I'm just in here to have fun. Like, I'm a taunt on your soul, bro. I'm gonna do back-to-back Wonder Wings like you don't even know. Like, Unga Bunga ass, Maffy ass, like, fucking...
Oh, my God.
Like, strats. Like, that's what I love, man. I love watching Maffy play because he doesn't play, like, boring.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna come out of a Maffy set. But, like, when people play in the lamest way possible, when you're playing friendlies, bro, and you're camping me out,
Like, why are you
I'll
doing
just
that?
walk. And, like, there are a few people that I love who play campy-ass characters. Like, I love Clear, man. She's so, like, one of my favorite people, but she plays a lame-ass character. I'm sorry, Villager's so boring. I can't watch Villagers. I love Pickpocket to death. One of my favorite people in the community. David, like, I can't stress enough. I love you, man. But fuck Villager.
Oh, my God.
Oh my god, this one hurts me too, man. Frame one nut. Like, Lonzo, bro. I love you, man. Why the fuck you gotta play Isabel? It's so hard to root for you, bro.
Is this like what we're hearing about astrology and shit?
I guess, man.
I feel like this is what it feels
guess.
like, and I'm here for it.
Like, it's just painful, bro. Like, I love these people so much, but we're just not compatible with Smash Bros. At all, man. Like, those are the type of people to sit on base in tag. Those are the type of people to be playing tag, and they're like, no, I'm on base. I'm on base. You can't tag me. You're not allowed to tag me. I'm on base. You're right. Fuck you, bro. The park bench is not base. We said the tree was base. Why are you at the park bench? You're lying now. And that's what camping is. I guess that's my biggest gaming pet peeve is people who play the game in a lame, unfun way. And, like, if it's fun for them, that's fine. And I'm not here to shit on your good time.
Yeah.
If that's how you genuinely enjoy the game, fine. But you're opening yourself up for shit talk. And all the people I mentioned, I can't stress enough how much I love you guys. Like, you're some of my favorite people.
But
fuck you.
I was waiting for that.
Fuck you.
I was just seriously waiting for that.
You have another pet peeve?
Okay. I got one. But that was my only, like, competitive, like, pet peeve. But when it comes to competing, And this is with any competition.
Right.
Like, this is with fucking tag. This is with football. This is with everything. If you can't take a joke, like, and I don't mean like a joke that is like genuinely like derogatory or like anything like hyperly offensive. Like, that's just some bullshit. Like, that's not a joke, man. You're just out here like hurting people's feelings. Like, that's fucked up. Don't do that. But if I'm sitting here taunting on you and you can't take that joke, bro, like, you can't take it when I'm unga bunga and I'm yelling in your ear while you're 3-stocking me, like, come on, man. Like, fucking, at the end of the day, you know, I'm saying play the game.
Yeah.
Play the game. Play the game. It's a game, bro. Have fun. If you're playing the game and you're not having fun, why are you here?
That's
why are
true.
you spending $10 to enter the tournament?
That's true.
Why are you spending the gas money to get here? Or some of you paying the Uber to get here?
That's true.
That's real
You
talk.
are paying. You need to be enjoying what you're paying for, or you're in the wrong place. And I don't mean this in a gatekeepy way. I don't want to gatekeep anybody from this community because I genuinely think it could do a lot more good than bad.
Yeah.
But if you can't take getting shit talked, if you can't take like healthy competition, then like don't compete.
Yeah.
Come here to play friendly, sure.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Come here to have fun, sure.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to hear you when you're literally in winners semis. You lose in winners semis, you come to me and say, I played so bad tonight, I should just DQ.
Wow, that's
And that has happened from multiple people on multiple occasions
I
when
didn't-
I
I didn't
just
know
go
that.
0-2, bro. I will go 0-2, and they're complaining to the wrong motherfucker.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's always been the Balboa thing. I don't care. Balboa doesn't care how he competes. He just cares about how he talks. That's the whole point of the character. He's a guy who talks very loudly and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Balboa is just better than you. Whether it's in the game or whether it's just in life. That was the whole thing. And people who didn't get that character just didn't get me, didn't get what I was about, didn't get like why I fuck around and drink before bracket. Like, and you know, I guess that's another pet peeve of mine. Like, people who can't handle their liquor, like, just don't drink at a tournament around kids.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just if you don't get it, don't show up. My godfather said some really cool shit to me once, and this man knows how to go out. He knows how to party. He's the coolest man alive, the coolest motherfucker on the planet. And he said, "There's one rule, bro. Just be cool." That's the one rule, just be cool. And that's some shit that I live by. That's what I modeled the whole Balboa character around. He was just a cool motherfucker who pulled up and had fun. If you're not here to have fun, then just be cool. If you're not here to have fun, just be cool.
I'm getting a vibe from you that's it's from wrestling. It's Razor Ramon. I'm getting that
The
vibe.
bad guy, bro. Rest in peace, Razor.
Yeah,
One
rest
of
in
my
peace,
favorites
Razor
of all
Ramon,
time.
man. Scott Hall.
Scott Hall, bro. But yeah, man, like,
Oh.
don't complain to me when you are 7-1, bro.
Yeah.
Don't complain to me. You're complaining to the bad guy, bro. I'm the heel. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit. Why should I care that you're 7-1? I just
Yeah.
went 0-2.
Yeah.
I'm in the commentary booth talking shit about how J Mafia is better than you. Like if you're not gonna I get needing to vent. Trust me, I think it's a really important thing. Mm-hmm. But there comes a time, man, when you gotta sit back and reevaluate. Like, maybe this competition thing isn't for me, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Fuck it, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Competition isn't for me right now.
Yeah.
I'm in a pretty rough mental space. I don't want to be doing it and putting myself in the line of fire of getting upset with myself over something stupid like a video game. And I mean that kindly. I really genuinely mean that kindly. But in the grand scheme of things, it's just a game.
Yeah.
Why are we shitting on each other for it, like, in an unfriendly way?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing people down by saying, like, why are you venting to the wrong people, I guess?
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know who to vent to, know who to talk to. And that goes for anybody, not just me, bro. Like, if you played like shit, don't vent on Twitter.
Yeah.
Never
For
do.
the love of God, man. Like, just don't vent on Twitter. Don't vent on, like, social media, on, like, any platform. Vent to, always ask, hey, can I vent to you about how I played today?
Yeah.
And only do that with, like, a close personal friend or, like, a close person in this community or somebody that can help you improve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like open yourself up for that criticism of, okay, you missed your option here. You should have gone for like an up B out of shield or some shit. I don't know. I don't play the game. But like, just if you're going to vent, I mean this with the most kindness in the world, vent to the right people and ask for permission, because the last thing you want to do is bring somebody else down with your shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you gotta check on your people, bro. Gotta check on your people. And I leave it at that.
Well said.
Well, fucking said. Oh, man, that's a lot to take in, man.
Yeah.
Like I, as much as I've been running tournaments here at Flynn's, and I've seen people get vent and get frustrated or whatnot, and they'll come back again next week or the week after, and it's the same. It happens again and again and again, and then they'll be like, maybe the seating is bad, or something's wrong with the setup, and they're just like, maybe it's you. Maybe you're just not improving the game. Maybe you're just making too many habits. Like, you're making a lot of bad habits that are so predictable to the point where it's like that person is going to keep punishing you for it.
Yeah.
Like, stop doing that. And then, of course, if you're going to get mad and upset, of course you can, go outside, go vent or whatnot, take a breather, and then, come right back. But I do agree with the point that you said, that, vent to the right person. Make sure you ask them, hey, is it okay if I can, vent to you real quick about something and whatnot? So that way, you don't just vent to the wrong person and then you're bringing your bad negative energy onto them, and you're going to make them feel some type of way. Like,
Yeah.
That's not needed. That's not wanted.
Yeah.
Well said, brother.
Yeah, man. I've seen it happen before, and it's just like players just need to control their emotions when they're playing in bracket, and just be like, learn to have fun. Like, if you're having a good time playing friendlies and whatnot, then don't take it so seriously when you're playing in bracket, because that's just gonna completely mess you up, and now you're gonna keep asking yourself, should I still keep playing this game? And I'm just like,
Now, I'm going to put an asterisk on that.
okay.
If it's a local, yes, 100% agree.
Yeah.
But if you're at a regional, if you're at like a major, you're on stream, get emotional, bro. You've earned that. You've earned that right. Let yourself feel that shit.
Like,
because bottling it up is only going to make you suffer.
Yeah.
Feel that shit, bro. Like, pop off. Do what you got to do in a respectful way. But like if you get a hard loss, bro, that sucks. There's nothing worse than that, especially on stream, man. That shit hurts.
Yeah,
I can only
popped off on a stream before. It was kind of awkward.
Yeah, like I can't imagine how bad that feels, man.
Oh,
so like at a local level, compose yourself.
Yeah.
It's an every week thing. There's always going to be more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
But at a major, bro, like, feel your shit. I get it. But again, like I said before, ask if you could vent to your people if you want to vent. If you don't want to vent, wait until your time is right, and then ask somebody if you could vent to them. Or, just type out a note and delete it, or write a letter and delete it. Just, there are healthy coping mechanisms. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Just cope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find healthier ways to cope with your frustrations while you're having in bracket, especially on a local level, and then just, overcome that, so that way. Anyways, I apologize for that.
Find the right people. Get some professional help if you need to. Find the right people as well.
Yeah.
Just make sure you can ground yourself and realize it's either a game, you're either focusing on yourself, what you can improve on, and self-affirmation.
Yeah, because I agree that, like, on a regional and major level where you have like lots of people watching you and you're up on stage and you're going on stream, your nerves are going to be through the roof. Your anxiety is going to be through the roof. You're going to be like, fuck.
Yeah,
Mine
if
was
you
too.
man, if you gotta feel your feelings, feel them out.
Yeah.
At that level, man, that's I would never tell anybody like not to feel their feelings, because you gotta.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get into a headspace where you're like, I'm the worst person ever. I'm going to talk to this person about it, and that person is already like feeling shitty about something else. And you just bring them down with that. So always, always, always just check in with people that you're trying to vent to. That's the point I'm trying to get at, flat out.
Okay.
Well said.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, I guess we can go to our closing remarks and wrap this up. So, Balboa, do you have any closing remarks before we wrap up this podcast?
First of all, I want to thank you guys for having me on.
Of course,
Of course,
Plains
man.
Arcade, for everything. Y'all have been real. I really appreciate that. I guess I'll talk about where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's been a pretty shitty month. Without getting like too deep into it, obviously my mental health has been shaken a lot. End of last month, like I said early on in the podcast, my sister lives in South Korea, and there was that whole really bad thing that happened, and she got caught up in it. Thank God she's okay. But like a couple days after that, I got into a really, really scary car crash. Like, our car was totaled, and luckily, me and the people I was with and the other driver, we all walked out okay. But it's done a pretty hefty number on me emotionally, a little bit physically. So, that being said, I'm in the process of, that on top of a lot of other stuff. Like I said, my partner and I separated recently, and that sucks. But, I got to focus on my own stuff, and she has to focus on her own stuff. And I do very much love her as a person, and I appreciate the last 4 years, and I don't regret them at all. But, it's just another chapter of my life, and it's just, I want to focus on myself for a while. So what really led to the whole retirement is kind of just a bunch of things culminating in me needing to focus on myself. And I bring this up for a couple of reasons. Most importantly, I'm in the process of trying to find a therapist and just, work on myself and work on my own shit. I'm in the gym. I'm just trying to better myself physically and mentally. So I'm not saying this to say these are the steps you need to take to improve your mental health. No, not at all. Mm-hmm. These are steps you can take. These are steps that are currently working for me, and I hope will, continually improve and make me a better individual. But I'm saying this because it could be anybody. Any of your friends, any of the guys that you see at locals, your family, like your significant other, everybody's going through shit. Mm-hmm. And asking for help isn't a bad thing. Getting the help, realizing that you need the help, that is the most important thing. So if I could impart any wisdom at all on any of you people that stuck around, or any of you that are watching the podcast currently, just don't be too proud to ask for help. Don't be too proud to ask your friend if you could talk to them. Fuck, Dallas is in chat right now. He's been my best friend since we're in high school together.
Oh, wow.
And I asked him to be in chat just so I could give him the specific shout out, because if it wasn't for him, I'd be in a lot worse of a place, man. Like,
shout out to you, man.
Shouts out, brother.
he's been with me every step of this journey, man. Every step of the way. All the fucking late night texts, the fucking, like, inviting, like, having me over to his house, giving me, like, getting me food so he'd make sure I eat, like, shit like that, man. He's like my brother, man, and I love him. And of course, shout out to my actual, like, biological brothers, because they've also been there for me. And fucking Bikmar, who invited me out to emo night the other night just to get me out of the house. Like just, and I mean, obviously this extends to my other guys, that I hang out with, my gaggle of fucks that I proudly call some of my best friends. Like, you guys are the best friends I could have possibly asked for, and it's thanks to this stupid, idiotic, beautiful fucking video game that I met you guys. And I can't thank you enough, because even without me telling you this shit, even without me telling you, like, I'm really going through some shit, like, you guys were there for me. And, you know? And when I really needed you, and I really did get the balls to ask for help, because, dude, it takes a lot.
It does.
It takes a lot to ask for help.
It really does.
And I'm still working on it. But, like, you guys were just there for me, and I appreciate the fuck out of it, man. Like I said, I'm a theatrical little fuck. I get emotional.
It's putting a tear in my eye because I've actually.
No, man,
like everybody's going through their own battles, man. And
yeah.
if I could leave this community knowing that this message got across to like one of y'all out there, like, I'll be happy. And you know, I shouldn't call it a retirement, because a retirement implies that I've left significance in what I'm doing. And
you're on a hiatus.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. I really don't see myself as all that important to like the South Florida Smash community, the Smash community as a whole. I really don't. When you asked me to be on here, I was flattered. I really appreciated it. But I don't feel like I've fully earned that. Like I've done some cool shit, don't get me wrong.
But it's gonna be the thing that carries over for years and years, because now you may say that you may not feel like you're important, but you actually are, because people in this community that have met with you, that have interacted with you, they have memories with you, and for years and months going on, people are going to talk about, oh man, you should, there's this really cool guy named Balboa, he did this, that, and the third, real cool, real chill. He doesn't come as often, but once you meet him, you'll know that's the guy.
Exactly.
It's him, whatnot. Like, he always brings the energy into the room, and it's an uplifting energy, it's a hype energy, and it's a good feeling. So I wouldn't say, like, I'm not saying for me, like, you don't have a place. Like, you do have a place in the community. Like, everyone has an important role in the community, whether they may think they don't, or whether they think they don't have an importance, like you do, because people are going to remember you, especially the good that you have done in the community. They're going to remember you for a long time, and they're going to tell other people, especially newcomers, about this person and that person. Like, even me coming into this community, I'm still hearing stories of what Juan P, who used to be in the community, back years ago or whatnot. Like, there's still people still giving out stories about all these people that used to be in the scene, or they moved on, or they're no longer a part of the scene anymore. Like, you have an important role in the community. Like, you're valued.
Yeah, and especially with what you said earlier, people might look back into this podcast and see you've opened up to such a great significance. Someone will take impact into this.
No, it's, I appreciate the kind words, guys. I really genuinely do. And I really appreciate you letting me on here, inviting me on here, all of that.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, man.
No, yo,
it was a long time coming.
And like, shout outs to all of the guys out there, the guys and all the TOs who gave me a shot on commentary, and really let this, like I said in my stupid little farewell message, like, really let this weird psychotic character Balboa like come through. And like, it's weird. Like, I've gotten to a point where I can look back and be proud of what I've done.
Yeah.
Like, and even like the past year, like, I've gotten a lot of cool shit accomplished.
Yeah.
A lot of cool shit's gonna like.
Yeah, and people are gonna remember that.
That's like in my personal life and in like Smash Bros. Like I've got a great job right now. I've got great people around me. I've got a bunch of cool shit to look forward to. And I saw.
Your story doesn't end here.
Exactly, but like
it continues.
I saw this comedian that I really like, and he was doing his podcast. It was right after Takeoff died, and he was like, "I look back, that he's 50 years old now." He said, "I look back on my life at 28, and I didn't see, I hadn't experienced life like that. Like, that's almost half my life. I hadn't experienced so much shit at that point. Like, I got to see my kids being born. I got to buy houses. Like, I've gotten to do so much from the time I was like 28 until the time I was 50, and that dude doesn't get to do that now." And that really hit me. I was like, oh shit, I'm 24. I have a lot of living left to do.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of stuff that I want to get done. I got a lot of shit that I want to make like a difference with.
Yeah.
Like I've got people that I want to connect with again. I got people that I want to like see. I got so much, and like I got to see my favorite band of all time live.
Oh, sick.
After I thought I'd never get to see them because they broke up. I got
Right.
to see my favorite fucking band in the world live this year, a couple months ago, man. And I've got so much more shit that I want to do and I want to be excited for. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not gonna get there by standing still.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm not gonna get there by sitting back and just letting life pass me by. I'm taking and I wouldn't be able to do that if it weren't for the people around me just helping me out without even realizing it. So
That's where it mostly starts.
Yeah.
and a lot of that's because of the people I met through this community. Like I've gotten to get my message out there because of guys like you. I've gotten to, I've met some of the coolest people I've ever met in my life because of tournaments and venues like Flynn's that
Yeah.
let people come together and do shit like that.
Yeah.
So like just to wrap it up, because I'm rambling like a motherfucker.
You're good, man.
It's your episode, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold on.
man. This is
my
this is all on you.
So just to wrap it up, man, like all of y'all watching right now, if you take anything away, just make this the place that you would be proud to say that you went to. Make it a place that you made comfortable enough for people in this community to call a home. Make this a place where anybody, some high school kids just trying to figure out life, some dude who's just getting off of work and needs an escape from life for a bit.
Yeah.
Just make this a place that if you were in their shoes, you would be so happy to call that your home. Just be there for each other, check in on each other, and always, always, always be cool.
Well said, brother.
Well said. Well said. Waluigi, you have any closing remarks?
Oh, man, I wish I got to know you more in the past. Definitely with Smash and stuff.
Man, my DMs are open.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
bother you later. Yeah, don't be afraid to bother me, especially for you guys, too. Like, if you need a friend, I will gladly be your friend if you have anything to talk about. It's definitely hard. Like, I've done therapy myself for a year, and I'm still going. And it's definitely a step in process. It's just opening up, which is probably the hardest thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's always one step at a time and processing. That's what I can say for tonight.
Okay. And put on the start screen. I apologize. I could say for me, like, even when I was younger, like when I was 25, I came back from overseas or whatnot. Like, there was a period of time where I needed help. Like, not just like physical help, just more so mental and emotional help, because there's just a lot of things that goes on in your life, and you're just like trying to figure out like, what am I going to do with my life and whatnot. And having important people around you in your life that you can always call, hit up, or whatnot is a great thing. It's a good thing to have, because some people fight their battles alone, and they're afraid to ask for help because they don't want to burden somebody else with their problems. And I know for most guys, especially guys that have served like myself, like it's tough, because it's just like, I don't want to bother you with this. I don't want to, because me looking at you, you have a much better life than me. I don't want to come to you with my own problems. And there are times where, yeah, even now I am, better or whatnot, but I still do have my down days where I feel like shit and whatnot. But I always remember that I have people in my circle that I can always, hit up from time to time just to talk or vent or whatnot. And that's very important to have. And I see with this community, and it's something that that is also I'm thinking camaraderie, if that's
Camaraderie.
yeah, it's always great to have that, because I had that when I was in service, and then coming into this community, I am slowly seeing it with certain people. Granted, not everyone is, very, openable. Like, they don't open up to you, right away. It takes them time, but you can always, tell like, hey, if something's bothering them, pull them to the side, or just, talk to them in private, and just, talk about things, in private. And of course, don't bring it on social media. And that's something that I stress to a lot of people. Don't bring your problems to social media. Granted, you may think you have all your followers and friends and whatnot, but sometimes having a big following, you'll still feel empty inside, because it's like, if I put away my phone, if I log off of all my social media, who can I really call to hit up to, hear me vent and talk? So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And
Can I do my sign off?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can do your sign off.
Give me the fucking face cam. Ladies and gentlemen, for one final time, this is Balboa signing off from Flynn's Gaming. So long
That is
and
so
good
cool.
night.
That's so cool.
And with that being said, y'all stay classy. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Peace.